Jai Hind children, I hope you all are doing fine. In today's life skills session, we're going to learn something very interesting and important as well. It is learning to sew. We're going to learn some basic hand stitches and also how to stitch a button. Now, the boys must be thinking, why should we learn to sew? What if I tell you that learning to sew improves your personality? See, if you want to have a hobby that will have a positive impact on your character development and mental growth, consider to learn how to sew. Apart from sewing on a button, fixing your toys, or making a nice and original gift for someone, sewing can provide you with educational, physical, and mental benefits in an interesting and fun way. On top of that, it can also become a valuable skill in your lives, one which will prove itself useful over and over all the way to your adult lives and further. See, the first benefit, it helps to develop fine motor skills. Children often have trouble when they have to do some precise work with their hands. However, if you start sewing, these issues will be avoided altogether since it requires gentle and precise hand movements. Sewing helps you to develop fine motor skills appropriately. Kids who practice sewing will know how to use your fingers properly, how to move your hands with precision, and how to hold and use small items with ease. The second benefit is it will help to build self confidence. Why and how? Learning a new skill and gradually mastering it can greatly improve a person's self confidence. Once you realize that you have created something on your own, the very sense of accomplishment will help you to build your self confidence, isn't it? With sewing, you will learn patience. Now, most kids today don't have a lot of patience. When you want something, you want it right away. Waiting is unacceptable. But this hobby children can teach you about patience in a subtle but very effective way. Once you realize that you can't sew before threading the needle, can't cut fabric before marking it, can't make shortcuts while stitching two pieces of fabric together, and so on, you will slowly but surely start learning how to be more patient. It will make you use your imagination and creativity. Children, creativity and imagination go hand in hand with each other. That's a well known fact. And since you, as kids, have a very powerful imagination, you can put it to good use with sewing. With its help, you can come up with very unique and fascinating ideas, maybe even some that are far better than those of adults. So let's get started. I hope everybody has the material required before you. You need a thread, a needle, a small piece of cloth, a pair of scissors, and a 4-hole button. So let us learn basic stitches first. Watch this video and copy the stitches as they are shown in the video. Now the first thing is to thread a needle. That's it. This is the simplest stitch. It's called a running stitch. Now the next stitch is back stitch. It is a stronger stitch. The third is the blanket stitch. When do you use it? When stitching two edges together. Now these were the three basic stitches. I hope everybody has got the nick of it. Now the next step is to sew a button. Now for that you need a 4-hole button, and again you will thread a needle.
Hi boys and girls, today we're going to learn how to sew on a 4-hole button. So the first thing when you're sewing a button, you want to know what side should be facing you, or what's the front of the button. So there are a few things that you can look for. First thing is a ridge around the edge of the button. Second, one side of the button might be a little shinier, it has a design, or maybe
I hope everybody is doing it along.
Now from this point, I'm going to come up again through the fabric, through the first buttonhole, pull, and I'm going to go down across the second button. Pull. Come up and through, one, go down, and pull across.
So you'll repeat these steps 4 times total, just to make it stronger.
Up and through, pull, and down, across. For a total of 4 times. We're going to repeat those steps when we go through the other buttonhole. Pull, go down across, 1, come up from the bottom, pull, stitch across the other side, pull, that's 2, come up from the bottom, pull, stitch across, 3, and one more time, come up from the bottom, pull, stitch across, for 4 times total. So when you're done, your thread should be in the shape of an X. So the next step is to create what's called the shank behind the button. To do that, I'm going to come up through the back of the belt. I'm going to go through the belt, but I'm not going to go through any of the buttonholes. I'm just going to pull the needle at an angle right behind.
Now we create this shank so that our button doesn't come apart easily.
From here, I'm going to take the thread and I'm going to start to wrap the thread behind the button. So I'll take the thread and I'm going to wrap it behind the button 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's creating the shank. That's going to make sure that your button is nice and secure. At this point, I'll take my needle and I'm going to poke the needle right back through the belt behind your button. So I'm back on my wrong side to tie my finishing knot. So from here, we'll go through a little bit of fabric, and I'm going to pull, stop right there, grab the loop, go around and through, and pull for my first knot. In the same spot, I'm going to go through my knot, pull, grab the loop, go around and through, pull for a second time. If you have enough thread, you can do that a 3rd time to secure the knot. You get to this point, all you do is cut the thread 1 inch away and give your button a little tug and make sure that it's nice and secure.
Hope you all enjoyed this. Now quickly share your videos with your class teacher. I want to see everybody doing these stitches and doing a 4-hole button. Bye bye children. Jai Hind all of you.